What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and today I'm bringing you a bow. Not just any bow, but a child's bow, as a matter of fact. A little kid's bow. This is the Barnett Wild Hawk. It is a 18-pound draw, draw weight with a 18 to 22 inch draw length. It does have finger rollers. You have 3 of them, so you can do 3 fingers or 2 fingers or 2 fingers, depending on how you like it. It does have an ambidextrous rest, but I'm going to show you. And it comes with 2 arrows that look a lot like this. Kind of crappy, but I take that away. Now I'm left-handed, so naturally what I would do is knock my arrow like this, right? And pull back and fire. Now here's the thing. Even though it's ambidextrous, it really, you can see how it goes this way. It really wants to pull to an angle when you line it up on the left side, because the strings are really made for a right-handed shooter. So as a lefty, I found that you can still knock it right-handed but shoot left-handed, because as you can see, it lines up dead straight. So shooting close targets really works out well for this. Now it does come with somewhere, well, I think I have them over there. It has a sight, so I can find that real quick. Hold on a second. All right, I came back. So you have this adjustable sight. They give you this little rest right here. I don't use either, and the reason is, well, I'm not a little kid, but especially with this guy right here, which is actually really cool how they do it. It's just a slide on, right? It's a little wedge, and you just push it on up there, and then you can adjust it north, south, east, west, so you can have windage. Why I don't use this? Because in tactical emergency situations, you want to be able to get an arrow on really quick, bumping into things that don't need to be there. Doesn't do it for me. Plus, I don't really use it. I don't use the sights, so I'm not going to use it. So now, getting back to this, the whole thing lines up really straight on the left side of the bow. So if I was a right-handed shooter, this right here would be perfect. That's all I would need. And it lines up perfect. It shoots off really straight. Traditional left-hand shooting, you have to really feel how it's going to work, because it's not going to come off straight. However, I found that because it's made simple, I'm not getting any of this. I'm not getting any floating, the arrow leaving. Once you're back, I mean, it stays there. It stays there, and the good thing is it's going to leave really well. Now, one thing that I like better about carrying something like this in an emergency situation, or in a tactical hunting survival situation, rather than a crossbow, is you don't want to leave a crossbow cocked, because eventually you can stretch out your bowstring. With this, it's so light and easy. Whop, that's it. It's really short pull. It's light. It's easy. It can happen all the time. When I walk around, I like to walk around like this, right? So I have blurriness. I have an arrow sitting, waiting to go, and I have one on, so I can boop and then right away spin, put, pop, boom. Like I said, it came with these crappy little arrows. I use a full size arrow. I can't remember what this is. It might be a 30-inch. I don't remember. Does it say on it? I don't know. But it is it's a Raven. It's a Raider. It's carbon. It says 340 with a GPI 9.3. None of that really matters to me, because I'm not a bow hunter. I have survival bow, so that's the big difference. If I was a bow hunter, I wouldn't have a little tiny 18-pound bow. I would be carrying something big, or my crossbow. But not being a bow hunter, but being somebody who uses a bow to hunt for survival situations only. Out in the woods, you're camping, whatever, you need to catch a rabbit or a bird or anything that you can eat that isn't going to, first of all, you're not going to shoot a deer if you're out camping for a weekend, because that's just, you're going to waste the whole thing. So you only kill what you need. Out a rabbit makes a good little meal. You know what I mean? You can make a good little stew, and you might be able to have that for a couple times a day. And depending on your situation where you are, you might have it for a couple days. But that's all I need, is something small to kill small, right? Camp small, kill small. That's all I need right there. And this thing so far has proven to be pretty damn good. I actually really like this for a kid's bow. It gets the work done. I did a couple shots straight up in the air just to see how far it would go. Shooting a real arrow definitely exceeded this little guy right here. And then I went distance, and I didn't think it was going to go this far, so I kind of pulled back and I went up in the air. I put an area of 50 yards, and I figured this thing, probably at 18 pounds, I should probably be able to shoot this 50 yards. It cleared that target by 20 yards. Landed in a parking lot over after this fence, so I'm really glad they were closed. It was a Sunday. Otherwise, that could have made a mess. But awesome. I mean, the thing travels well. It shoots well. It's so freaking easy. It's light, and best part, it fits right with my pack. I can put it in my pack, leave the end zipped open a little bit, and this pops right out, or I can attach it to my pack, and it's very simple. And the good thing is it's so lightweight, I can walk around carrying it and forget it's in my hand. It's that light to carry. So let's go out and shoot a target here. All right, so I'm going to be shooting a couple different distances, but right here we have it at 7 yards. So what I want to do is, you're tracking, you want to bring it up pretty fast, bam, and take out your target. It's going to be that quick. I didn't expect that little cheap arrow to go all the way through that fast. So it looks like when all this is done, I'm going to be doing some snow raking to find all my arrows. Now what I want to do is knock up a good arrow, and we'll see how it flies at the same thing. So I'm walking, my bow is down, I pick it up, and the wind blows the target down a little bit. I stick it in the side of the garage. All right, so let's do that again. I forget, when you go from that cheap arrow to the good arrow, you got to aim a little lower, because this thing flies so much better. So there's my target, bam, straight through. And I don't know if you guys can see that. So let's take a walk. Look at this. This was the good arrow. Tell me, any of you hunters, you know what that shot means right there. That is kill zone all day, every day. Oh, I found my other arrow too. So as far as close range accuracy, it is definitely accurate close range, especially once you get down what arrow you're using. And this one cut through some things and got itself wedged in there really good. So does it have power? I'll tell you what, that right there, going about 12 yards through it skimmed across the top of my little cardboard, went through those little brush trees right there, then stuck into the side of the shed, maybe a 1/4 inch deep. Tell me if that's not going through a rabbit. I tell you what. So what I want to do now is I'm going to press pause. We're going to back up, go full 10 yards. All right, so the wind is no friend to my angles. It keeps blowing down, so I'm getting less and less of a target to hit. However, we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to take my arrow in my kid's bow. I'm going to lock it up, and then, well, I'm going to finger it. All right, so there's my target. Aim straight down. Boom, went right into the neck. So let's take out another arrow right here. Now that I went back 10 yards, I got to figure out my shot, my distance, and my angle. Boom, right there. I mean, that's through the shoulder. That's a kill all day. And remember, I'm shooting at something that size and smaller, right? So if it's a pig or something like that, I'm taking it down with this bow. With this little kid's bow, I'm taking it down. Now, what I did is I brought out my sling bow. You guys, if you've been paying attention, you saw the video I did on this. It's in my bug out bag must-haves. You need some kind of something where you can shoot pretty much anything out of. I mean, having yourself a slingshot is a must-have. I can take off this capsule and have a straight slingshot, and then this is an add-on where I can put that on and shoot an arrow through, and that's what we're going to do. I haven't shot this in a while, but we're going to see how it goes. So basically, it's a little harder when you're knocking because you just have to use your the strength of your fingers to pull back and hold on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back, and I have to say that as good as this thing works, especially once you've been using it for a day, it is not even close to this guy right here. So let's give it another 10-yard ripper. Another 10-yard ripper. All right, lefty shooting righty, ba-boom, right through the shoulder again. I love this little bow. If you are not a serious bow hunter, but you are a serious camper and survivalist, boom, right through the head. You need a bow that can take out small game to feed you with so you can survive or to protect your camp. Boom. All day long, I can shoot this thing on target, on point. So now what I want to do is I want to set up a pretty good distance. Maybe we'll go 20 yards just to see A, if I can even hit it, but B, to see how far it'll stay accurate. So let's go collect some arrows here. All right, so I got my arrows. I got 20 yards distance between me and my little mule deer there, and we're gonna see what we can't do here. Get all my arrows set up, which means drop them in the snow, and let's take a shot here. Now I've only shot this a couple times already, so let me line this up and see exactly what we're getting at distance wise. Okay, that was short. So right there I aimed center mass. All right, so 20 yards center mass with a full-size arrow, goes just low. I'm aiming top spine. Oh, yeah, a little closer. All right, so now I'm going to bring it about 1 fist above the deer's spine. Oh, look at that. All right, so now I just have to get it straight because that went right under the chin. So that's about the height I want it, and I went right. So let's get that one right on target. Oh, went a little high. Remember that time you guys were like, "Oh man, look at that master archer." Now remember, if you're hunting small game, there's a good shot you're gonna be a little closer. Right at his face. So I'm starting to get the depth now. I just have to, bam, bam. That one was a kill shot, and it only took me this many after this many. Not too bad. All right, let me go get those arrows. All right, this is why I don't go camping in the snow. I shot 6, I came back with 5. Looks like I'm gonna have to rake the snow later. All right, so let's do one more pass and see if we can't get that second kill shot from 20 yards. Ooh, man, 20 yards, that hit my my barn pretty solid. Bam. Not only was that a kill shot, but it went straight through my cardboard target, then it went straight through that brush, and then it just stuck right into my barn. Bam, right at the neck. I tell you what, if this is my dinner, I am eating well. That one went right where the belly is. That was not a kill shot, but I am going to slow it down. Bam, again. Again. All right, so I'm going to go get that target. Hold on now. All right, got my target. So this is the one I hit down in the leg. That one I clipped him right in the ass. This one right here was that one where I scraped the belly. Now that'll piss him off right there. That might not kill anything, but that'll piss it off. Then I got these two guys right here, right out of the hot spot. These three guys right in the hot spot. That one right there, ultimate kill shot. That was as perfect as it can go. This one I just caught the neck. This one was that scrape by the head I got, even though it was an antler. That was right through the face. Let me tell you something. If this is a raccoon, possum, rabbit, something like that, maybe even a pig, shot through the face is gonna hurt it enough for me to catch. And these two right here, right above the hot spot, that's gonna take down small animals. Remember, this is a bigger cardboard than I would actually be shooting at. You know, as far as what I would be targeting. But this is my grouping from 7 to 20 yards. Right, I got that much in there as far as a group, and then some random ones, and then some just went right over and under. I have to say, that's not bad. And I haven't taken this thing out yet. I've been using it around the house, around the yard, and just to see what I can do with it. And what I want to do right now is I want to shoot an arrow straight up into the air. We have a little bit of breeze, so I don't know if it's probably wise to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it toward the wood line and see what happens. And I'm even gonna give you guys like a bit of a tilt here. Hold on a second. Maybe you might be able to see that arrow fly. Who knows? But we'll see how long it takes for it to go from loose to come back to earth. All right, so I'm going to use a real arrow first, and then I'll shoot that arrow that came with it, and we'll see if there's really any distance. All right, let's see. It's gone. It's still gone. It's still gone. It's still gone. It just hit. All right, so that was up there quite a while. Now I'm going to take this little kid arrow, and you guys will be able to tell by watching it. You can see the seconds go exactly how long. Now we're going to take this little kid arrow over here, and we're going to do the same thing. I don't think it's getting in the shot, but who knows? Maybe you'll see the arrow. It's gone. It's gone. It's coming right almost back down on me. Bam, right next to me. All right, so that was it. That's how long it takes. So now what I want to do is I want to get that kid arrow. I'm going to go back 50 yards and aim it over my back fence. And because my yard is 50 yards, that's how I know how far I'm going to shoot it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys like this. I'm going to walk back another 20 yards to my other side of the fence, and I'm going to shoot this arrow. And because honestly, this arrow right here, this one that came with it, I don't care if I lose this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it fly and see if it goes over the fence. So let's see if I can shoot this kid's arrow more than 50 yards. Hold on. All right, so I'm 50 yards away. 50 yards from that fence anyway. Let's see what we got here. Holy mackerel. What? You have got to be kidding me. Guys. I'm not bullshitting you. All right. So you see that big tree right there? That arrow went over that tree, and it had to go another 30 yards. I'm wondering if there's a chance we could find it. So let's go on a journey. Let's go see in how far. That might have gone 80 yards, guys. Hold on. All right, so this is the cluster right here that it hit. I could see with my own eyes where it landed. I just can't find it because it's all snow. But it literally, I don't know if you guys could hear it in the video, I'm not sure, but it made a big sound from hitting one of these branches over here. And I watched it, and I am, let's see. All right, let's see. Put my finger up there. Where's that? There's that big tree right there that it went over, right? So I cleared that. And that tree is just over 50 yards away from where I started, which is, you see that, I don't know if you guys could see it, but 50 yards away, way back there. You could see the fence, possibly, and that's where I shot from. It cleared that tree, which is probably 51, 52 yards away, over that, and it landed somewhere in here. And I am about 30 to 35, maybe even 40 yards away from that fence where that tree is. That was pretty kick-ass. So does it have enough power to fly? Hell yeah. That little bow right there just absolutely cruised. I mean, cruised. What is it, 18 pound? Is that what it was? Holy crap. I can't believe that the arrow loosed this far. And the other arrows, when I tested them, went farther than this one. So that's even crazier to know that using a good arrow, that thing, you might be able to, depending on your angle and whatever, and your arrow, you might be able to get a 100-yard distance out of that. Now, you're not hitting anything accurately at 100 distance unless you are way better than I am, which is possible. But it'll fly that far. And if it happens to land on a rabbit, it's going to kill the rabbit, but you're not generating a bunch of power beyond 20 yards, really. 20 yards is probably your max kill distance on small animals. And I mean, I showed you guys at 20 yards that that arrow was not just making it to the target. It wasn't just hitting the target. It wasn't just going through the target, but beyond the target, it was traveling an additional 10 yards and sticking into the side of my barn. And on that last set, I pulled 4 of them out of the barn. And that's pretty good. So that was 20 yards to the target, and then 10 yards past the target after going through it, that it still generated enough power to stick into the barn. That's pretty good. Let's go close this video out. All right, guys, just to give you an idea what we're looking at. This is where I am, 50 yards. This is where I shot from, 50 yards away from that fence. Just past that fence, and I mean just past that fence, is that tree. Not only did it go 50 yards to that tree, but that tree is huge. That's a big tree. It went over that tree. And I mean over all of that tree, not just like over the smaller parts of the top. It cleared it from here and then continued its travel. And I got to see it land back there because you could see straight through that area. And then it just landed somewhere in the snow. So as soon as that snow melts, I'll be able to go out there and see the colors of the feathers. But holy crap. See that barrel sitting out in the middle of the yard? And that bush in front of the barrel? That's at 20 yards from that bush, right? So that's where I was shooting at that other target, from there to there. And it was going through that to that. So let's actually give you guys, look at this. See how long it takes me to walk. Now remember, when you're over 6 feet, you have pretty good strides. So that's how long it took me to get there. And now, whoop, I can't even see. I'm still that far away from this thing. And then that is just, that's a tremendous amount of coverage that arrow took. You know what I mean? It just went through. So here it is, man. I love the finger rollers. They should do this on all bows, not just kid bows. You can do as much as you want. I could pull back with 1 finger if I want, but if you're comfortable with 2 fingers above and below the nock, if you're comfortable with 2 fingers below the nock, if you're comfortable with 3 fingers, two below and 1 above, it doesn't matter. Any way you pull this, it's so light and so easy that it's just gonna cruise right through. I'm still blown away. That was awesome, man. That was a big time shot. So big time, just loft. But this little guy right here is the ultimate camp bow. And when I say ultimate camp bow, you can get a folding bow that's got a ton of poundage, but it's easier to find an arrow or not get an arrow lost or dig one out of a tree when you're not shooting it you know, 3,000 miles an hour through a 55-pound bow. This guy right here does the job, and it's lighter and smaller than any of your folding bows. So if you want a standard bow, a deer hunting bow, and you want that folding bow so you can pack it, that's cool if that's what you're doing. If you're out there and you're hunting deer, if it's deer season, that's what you're doing. But if it's just a campsite and you need to survive day by day, and you need to shoot and kill and eat only what you need for that day, you don't need anything bigger than a 15-pound bow, really. With a 15-pound bow, all day long you can kill rabbits. All day long, as you have good arrows, you can take out a rabbit or a raccoon or anything like that. This one is a little bit more. It's 18 pounds. And man, I have to say, it is just such a delight. And as far as kids being able to use this, the reason I only had one of those crappy little arrows is because I took my girls out to let them try. And one of the arrows is in the snow somewhere because I was letting them shoot. And they'd never shot a bow before. They shot my crossbow, and that's it. But they never shot a bow. And both of them, both girls could use this, I mean, like it was nothing. It was, you know, it's like tying your shoes. It's so easy to pull. But if you guys are, you know, I got this at Dick's. So if you're walking around Dick's and you see a Barnett Wildcat and you're thinking you want to get your kids started in bow hunting or bow shooting, this is a great start. If you're thinking that you need something for camping and you need something small, then this is a great little bow. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good little bow. This is a great little bow for an adult to use if you're doing small game, close range. You start learning this bow and really getting your aim down with this thing, and I guarantee you're going to be able to knock off a lot of game. And I have giant hands. This is a kid's bow, right? I have gigantic hands, and I can grab this quite comfortably, quite easily, zero problems. And I love the fact that it's light enough to where I could put it on my pack and keep it there. I love the fact that I can just walk around with it, and especially, you know, being on the ready. You know what I mean? When you're ready to go, you're ready to go. So if I'm walking around like this and I have my arrow in there, oh crap, look at that. There's some food. I'm just going to take it out. You know what I mean? If you're camping along a water's edge and you get a duck or a goose or something like that, this is going to make it very, very easy. You see that guy already, and you know that you can get within 10 yards of a duck or a goose all day long. It's not going to go anywhere until you get a little closer. Let that arrow get closer, because that's what's going to be feeding you real quick right there. Just awesome. Just awesome. Very, very cool little bow. The handle is rubber, and it's got this this octagonal kind of gripping there, and the actual arrow rest is rubber, so the ends are flexible, so they're not going to hurt your hands, and then they're solid inside, so it's not going to change shape. There's nothing bad I can say about this bow. I'll show you the action here. Look at this. Just crazy easy. I don't even have to hold it up. Like, I mean, just from my waist, I can pull it right here and show you how this thing works. I am absolutely happy with this thing. It's going to be a very, very good addition when I'm out in the mountains and I'm camping with a buddy and we're hungry, because this little guy right here is going to catch us some little guy right there. And I guarantee you, even down to squirrel, I'm pretty sure with a bunch more practice, I can get myself down to where I can hit just about anything. And that's all it takes, guys, is practice, practice, practice. New bow, new practice. So I got to get used to it. But I like it. I like it. Got it at Dick's, and I think it was like $30, $30 for a bow that you can kill with. A bow that you can kill with. A bow that you can teach your kids with. A bow that you can put on your pack and take anytime, anywhere. A bow that works. A bow that's going to shoot something 100 yards away. It's just cool. It's cool. All right, so that's it, man. The what's it called? Wild Hawk. Good thing I remembered. The Barnett Wild Hawk. Pick it up at Dick's or wherever the hell you want to grab one. Really, really good little bow. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next video.